Valley Club, we are back with the news. 2 new promo codes this week. Battle World is back. A new legendary is on the way. And did Null and Odin get a stealth nerf? We're talking about all of these topics and more in this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. And if you're ready for all of it, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel and this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Up. We do this every single week when I'm not on vacation. Keep you updated on everything that has happened and is upcoming in Marvel Strike Force. And if you get some value from this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new video goes up. At least 5 pieces of Marvel Strike Force content every single week on this channel. But let's talk about the brand new promo codes of the week. Both of these were previously announced on the channel, but in case you haven't seen them, the first one came from earlier this week. It was a counting event on Discord. Unfortunately, I didn't get to participate in this one, but I try to participate in these as often as possible. But the code is community counts, all one word, and that is for 200 L4 training modules, 2 million gold, and that is expiring in a few days. It was from 2 days ago. It's expiring 6 days, so probably have about 3 or 4 more days for this one. So make sure you claim this one. And the other one that was announced late last night is July Boost. This was announced on a video this morning, but in case you didn't see that video, July Boost is the code. And for this one, another 1 million gold, and you're getting 150 power cores. Good luck in claiming all that stuff. Make sure you claim this one. This one does say it's going to expire on the 5th of July. So claim this one right away if you haven't done so already, guys. And I do want to remind you guys about the giveaway that we're doing on the ValleyFlyin Raid channel for a free PlayStation 5. No purchase necessary. All you need to do is download a copy of Raid and enter your player ID. There are more ways that you could get more entries to increase your chance of winning. I cover all of that on a video that I did on the ValleyFlyin Raid channel if you want to check that out. But like I said, very, very simple. All you need to do is click a few buttons and you could potentially get a PlayStation 5. The winner, we're going to draw the winner on July 8th. It is through Gleam, so it's going to be some random winner. But you do need to be in the US. I need to be able to ship this to a US address just because the simplicity of it. So unfortunately, if you're located outside the US, as long as you have a US address, you can still win this. But pretty simple, guys. Make sure you go and enter. There are still a few more days to get your entries in. 5 days left as of me recording this. And for me, the big news of the week is the changing of the arena meta. We usually get a new arena meta, a new arena team about every year or so. This year is the Fantastic Four from the MCU. I was almost going to say Invisible Woman, but she's just one member of the team. We did have the Annihilators previously. They still are kind of in the arena meta right now because Franklin Richards and Mr. Fantastic from the MCU aren't here, but Invisible Woman is, and we got the 3-piece team. I don't know if they are strong enough to make a difference in arena right now. And of course, the testing that was done on the playtest server, silence was not active on the test server. So all of the footage you saw, ladies and gentlemen, from envoys from the test server, no silence from Franklin Richards. And I was looking in game for a description of silence, couldn't find that. Was looking on the website on kits, couldn't find it there as well. On this negative effects section, it does describe what silence does. I think the only previous place it was described, it was a strike time video. But what it does, silence, this character cannot apply positive or negative effects. So that is kind of strong. So no effects going on from that character, and cannot reduce the duration of positive effects. So I guess that sounds like it's a good thing. I don't want my positive effects being having their duration reduced. So I'm not sure exactly how this works. I guess it's the duration of positive effects on enemy teams. I guess that stops that endgame Thanos thing is the way I'm reading it. But let me know if you're reading this a little different. The other thing that I had a hard time finding was Future Foundation. It's worded a little weird on the website, but what this does in arena, one enemy on enemy turn applies silence to that character. And again, silence is no positive or negative effects and cannot reduce positive effects. You can reduce negative effects, but you can't reduce positive effects. And arena enemies cannot fill or reduce the speed bar by themselves, allies or enemies. This does not apply to speed bar gained through normal means. So no one is doing that when you have this battlefield effect on the field. Enemies cannot assist and the attack cannot be dodged. Actually, that's just the normal ultimate there. So enemies cannot assist, no speed bar for cells, allies, or enemies. So kind of like a Captain Britain effect for arena. and then silence on that character on enemy's turn. So yeah, that's a very strong effect. Like I said, battlefield effect was live on the test server, but silence was not. That leads me to the question, what do you think the next arena meta will be? Obviously, we didn't get full tests on the test server, and in my testing, it was very hard to beat any Professor X teams, any Professor X on defense without a Professor X of my own. I didn't want to use Professor X on my attacks on the test server because I don't have one on my own account. So trying to figure out how to beat this team without Professor X, it was very tough to beat a Professor X Fantastic Four MCU defense without one of your own. Maybe there's a solution. I'm going to keep doing testing, but yeah, Professor X makes this challenging. Now, you are able to beat a bunch of other teams with this different combinations, even without the Professor X, but just that Professor X on defense makes it a little tough. Now that Invisible Woman is officially in the game, let me know your thoughts on this second Invisible Woman added to Marvel Strike Force. I know, like a lot of you, including myself, would have liked just a costume and a total rework of the old Invisible Woman. I don't think that's what Scopely wants because they want to sell a new character, but let me know what you think of this character model for Invisible Woman and the inclusion of a second Invisible Woman as we go and check out some new costumes that are in the game. Hopefully these are available to all players very easily. The Thing has one, and next is the Human Torch that has one as well, all in their costumes. I like the look of their costumes. I'm not sure how valuable Human Torch and Thing will be on the final teams. A lot of the testing on the playtest server was the 3 new members, Invisible Woman, Franklin, and Mr. Fantastic, and some hybrid teams. So kind of like Ultimus, kind of like Silver Surfer. These will be good characters outside of Arena, but in Arena, I don't think that Thing and Human Torch are going to be in the meta. I think you'll have this full team of 5 in War, Crucible, but Thing and Human Torch, I don't think they're going to be arena characters, even though they have those callouts to the Fantastic Four MCU. Let me know what your thoughts are based on what you see in their kits. And moving on to Quazar, the legendary character that everybody is chasing right now, and very, very soon, if you've been engaged, everyone that has been engaged will have a 7-star Quazar, and his event will be coming to the end very soon. As far as viability, I think he may fit something in Arena. Obviously, he's great in War and a bunch of hybrid teams. I've used him this morning in Cosmic Crucible. My Cosmic Crucible attacks didn't go very well, but let me know where you're using Quazar. I'm finding it tough to find a great team for him, although I'm very casual in War, so maybe that's the best place that he's used. But yeah, if we look at his event, if we look at the Harbinger events, it is coming to the end. The finale is here, which means that once all of these rewards are handed out, should have a 7-star Quazar, which leads to this graphic here about the next characters coming. Chapter 2 should be starting next month. Chapter 3, about 4 months after, or 3 months after that. But let me know who you think the next legendary character is. It should be coming next month. We should be getting information about this character very, very soon, because I do think the next chapters are starting in August, and that is like less than a month away. We see this silhouette here. We see this silhouette here. I don't think I could say anything. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to say anything out of turn. I may know who these legendary characters are, but let me know who you think these legendary characters are. That is coming. Chapter 2 is coming very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. And the latest version, the second iteration of the Danger Room did end this week. I had a stressful time playing it, honestly, because I was on vacation for most of the Danger Room, and I was trying to get all the milestones in the last 5 hours, and I was not able to do it. This is what I was able to get. I got to milestone 8, but I think the way this is meant to be played is a little bit each day, grinding a little bit each day, maybe using some of your rental tokens to try out some of these characters, but trying to do it all in 5 hours, not very good. Hopefully these milestones are a little easier to grind out. In case there's someone that's on vacation this summer like myself and not able to play this thing every day, I do want to just sit down and get these milestones. But let me know your thoughts on the Danger Room. I think it's a very fun game mode, and we do have a new version coming out this week based on the X-Men. I think it's a 3-day version, if I'm remembering from the blog post correctly. But I do want to go and talk about these rewards, because the previous version of the Danger Room, we had diamonds for Juggernaut, we had diamonds for Mordo, They were the next team on the horizon, and now we get a diamond for Sunspot. So we know that there's a Hellfire Club team coming because we voted for one of the members. We know the next version of the Danger Room. It's going to be a shortened version, but it will involve the X-Men. So what do you think this means? Do you think that this and the costume for Nightcrawler is related to the next version of the Danger Room, or is Sunspot potentially on the team? I do think that his father is a member of the Hellfire Club in the comics. So could Sunspot be a member of the Hellfire Club in the Marvel Strike Force? Let me know your thoughts on this, or it's just too much speculation. It's just related to the next Danger Room that is coming out, the Mutant Danger Room that is coming out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, Valley Club. And last night, we got some new farmable characters. I don't consider the Intel store farmable. I think because I don't have Professor X. So that is my place that I'm getting all my Gear Tier 20 places. I guess they are farmable if you already have Professor X. But for the normal farming, Lilandra is now in Villains 7-6. So if you didn't get all the shards for Lilandra during her event, you could get more shards for her. You could get a catch-up on Villain 7-6, replacing Black Panther 1mm. Howard the Duck, now permanent in the Battle World store, which is the slowest place to farm a character. So this is the character that they want to hold back on. But yeah, this is where you could get more shards for him. Battle World store. Let me know your thoughts on Howard going to the Battle World store. And Spotlight Orb, where does it say? Havoc, replacing Patriot in the Spotlight Orb. So hopefully you already have Havoc at 7 stars. It's a very easy place to get the characters is in the Spotlight Orb. And now Pym, Hank Pym, leaving the Battle World store and is going to the Blitz store and the Blitz Orb. So if you don't have Hank Pym fully built up, very easy to get shards for him. Patriot, now going to the Cosmic Crucible store, and you could get him for shop credits. He's out of the orb there. And later, Havoc is replaced by another character in a Spotlight Raid Orb. Havoc is going to go to the Raid store and the Raid Orb as he comes out of the Spotlight Raid Orb. And now we also have the Vigilantes in the Bumps. So the Bumps is the basic, ultimates, mega, premium, and the supply store. So if you go to this Battle World store, you should see them there. Once in a while, you might see them in this Ultra store, but yeah, look for them there, especially if you don't have them at 7 stars. They are a great raid team, and this is kind of like a Spider Society because they're great outside the raids as well. So build up the Vigilantes. They are great, and they're great for the negative zone as well. Moving on to the negative zone, I did my first run today. It was a lot easier to do the runs with a negative zone now that you use all characters, but still boring content. It looks like the first run of the negative zone. We can't get into it now, but it is the first 8 nodes were based on raid nodes. The second 4 nodes were based on Cosmic Crucible. So that was the Vigilante team, the Thunderbolt team. Then we had the Accursed team. Next is going to be the Fantastic Four MCU. So guessing the next version of the negative zone, which is starting probably next week, will feature arena teams and the Fantastic Four. Let me know what you think they're going to do as far as the availability of the characters. It was previous just Harbinger characters. This current version of the negative zone, they opened up the 5 characters to make it a lot easier. I'm still using the Vigilantes that are first 8 nodes, but now today to finish these previous nodes, I used the next 4 nodes, very easy characters. Odin, Null, I think we used Mephisto, so a lot of the best characters in the game, and can't remember who we rounded it out with, but it is a very strong team. Very, very easy to go through. You don't need to use the Accursed team for this negative zone. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know what you think of these fantastic findings for the Invisible Woman event. There are some milestones related to going through this, so make sure you do this. A lot of times I save these to the end just because they're kind of boring. We have the Quazar event still going on right now. I need to finish these trials. They are ending in 4 days, so make sure if you haven't done these trials to get that 6 red star for Quazar, make sure you do these. You have 4 more days to do this, and I don't think that I'm going to be participating in this Accursed Tower. I have Helverine unlocked, don't have Satana, don't have the Hood, so probably not going to be going in this team tower. If you did make it through this team tower, either by purchasing the Accursed team or by unlocking the Wet Power Cores, let me know what you think of this. This is content that I do want to play. I have fun with a lot of these towers, but unfortunately it's locked out because I don't have the accursed team unlocked. And an unexpected battle world came and went this week. I'm not sure if we're still gonna get one in the middle of the month. Usually they've been doing battle worlds in the middle of the month. This was an unexpected version of battle world. Each cell or each new section, each zone lasted 2 days, 48 hours instead of the normal 24. So made it a little easier. But on the last day, there was an unkillable team. The Astral team minus Doctor Strange, putting in Null, and with the combined passive of Moondragon, the passive of Emma Frost, no, it's Moondragon and Ancient One, their passives, and then the Mephisto pact, the Pact of Mephisto, made them unkillable. Null was not able to do enough damage to remove the death proofs, to remove the safeguards, and we just had Ancient One, Moondragon going over and over and over. I tried to do this. I mentioned this in a video, and I set my team to auto basic so they would lose. They didn't lose. I let it run overnight, and they were still going. So, and a bad team don't use Mephisto with the Astral team in the battle world anymore. It's just going to keep going on and on and on. Some people were able to get some crazy scores, which is why we have 13 kills for our alliance, but a lot of people were able to finish the battle, and then they would have had an anomaly detected instead of putting up a good score. So Null with the Astral team in battle world is bad, but let me know what you think of this latest version of battle world, this surprise version of battle world. And some characters got sort of nerfed this week. Odin's was expected. I think the one for Null is a bug, but this is all in relation to Franklin Richards and Silence, to make sure that it works properly when it's introduced to the live server. It didn't work at all on the test server, so hopefully when it's introduced to the game, when Franklin Richards is finally introduced, it is working properly. But this line was added to Odin's passive. Previously, all it said, this character cannot gain any new negative effects, but now it says cannot gain any new negative effects except for Silence, which means that Franklin Richards can counter Odin. Yeah, even without Silence working properly, Odin did not work very well with Franklin Richards. So yeah, he's gonna be counterable now. Which is fine, because you want the latest meta team to be very strong in their game mode. You don't want Odin to be able to beat the Fantastic Four MCU before they're even released. So he got that, and then Null got a new line in his passive. Well, I think this was here before, but now it's back again. He's gonna gain 0% speed per symbiote ally. Ugh, so bad. Why do you even write that? I think that is a bug. I think it was 5% previously. I think this was a bug that was showing up on a test server as we're doing some tests for Null. It did get fixed in the live server, but now it's back. No speed per symbiote ally. I'm not sure if this is a visual bug and he's still gaining that speed, or if this he's not gaining his speed anymore. You have done testing on this, let me know, but I think this is just a visual bug. But if anybody has confirmation, let me know in the comments. And Cosmic Crucible, the Ultimate 32 is back, and man, I ran into some problems this morning. Actually, I did not set my defense, so I had an old defense. This is my new defense now that I'm using. Liberty in Room 1, because they are slow, and Ultimates could create some problems. This is kind of a test. Haven't tested this previously, but I think this is gonna create some problems for opponents, unless they use Mephisto to counter. We have a very fast room. What is this? On spawn, your characters with the highest health clones the character with the highest attack. I was thinking maybe using Kestrel in this room, but today I had Mighty Avengers in here. Didn't switch up my rooms as well. This is what I had, or a similar team what I had in room 1. Move this to this room. I think they're a little more challenging in this room with this standard rules here. Anytime a character gains energy from active ability, gain 1 energy. A character dies, allies gain 1 ability energy, and Phoenix should die if everything goes right. Ultimate abilities cost 3 more ability energy, which screwed me up. I guess I should have read these rules a little better. This is what I did, and this is what my opponent placed on defense. Looking at the results here, what I had on defense was this room here, and it's a tough room, but a cursed team, which I don't have. They're kind of slow, so they are perfect for this Ultimate 32 in room 1. And I just had trouble with this. I used a bunch of different teams. This slow mechanic, doing very little damage until the enemies take a turn, really screwed me up. Let me know what you used in this room and what you used to counter this room if you had a very effective attack. The opponents, they had Mephisto with the Orcus and Dr. Doom on defense. Went in with Vigilantes, and I don't think I played this right. I think this was a misplay, not just using the wrong counter, but we went in Null to kind of counter Mephisto, and I think I did some wrong moves. We killed Doom and Scientist Supreme, but everyone else was still on the field. In the third room here, not very pretty as well. We had an Illuminati with Emma and Odin, tried a bunch of different things. Eventually ended up doing most of the damage, I guess, with this team here. A big Odin team with Quazar, and yeah, this is not a good counter. We cleaned this up with the Illuminati, but yeah, we got our butts kicked here. But hopefully tomorrow with a new defense, and again, this is what I'm using on defense for tomorrow. This may change for day 3 and day 4, but at least for day 2, this is what I'm going to be using. So hopefully this helps you or starts to screw up some of your opponents for this. We have the next season starting next week. And if we look at the rules, we did talk about this last week, but there are some very, very interesting rooms that I see here. We have on offense and defense terminal, skirmish cards, gain assist. Now that is fine. We have Sinister's Gambit. I kind of like this room. This is an interesting room that we have the Ultimate 32. Character with the highest health clones the character with the highest attack. I like that. I like that. I like weird rooms like this. Spiritual energy in the counter times that character gains energy from active ability to gain ability energy. Oh, this is room 3. This is room 3 in the Crucible right now. This is kind of annoying room as well. Annihilators count as Star Jammers. I'm not sure if that's going to make a huge difference, but I guess we'll see next week when this starts. While they're down offense, and if a successful hit, primary target has trauma. Perform an ISO 8 against that trauma, against that target. And the one that I like the best is the weirdest room. Brother Dossier, he said all characters, if you have at least one city ally, ally special abilities cost 2 ability energy or less. If you have at least one global ally, when attacked, allies feel speed by 5%. And if you have at least one cosmic ally, enemy ultimates cost 2 ability energy more. I have not even thought about the team that I'm going to use on that, but I guess the best team will have a city, global, and cosmic character. Let me know your thoughts on these rooms defensively and offensively. What are your thoughts that these rules are leading you to? And I like community events. It looks like we have one that already started. This one is about using Liberty in war to celebrate the birthday of America, 4th of July. So all you need to do, play with Liberty on offense or defense. That's 100 points each. And if you get a Patriot Shield from the Danger Room, that is going to be 2 points. So hopefully everyone gets that. The scoring, that is a scoring, and you need to at least score some points to get some rewards. I have not done my war attacks yet, and there's no danger room right now, so no points for me. There will some points later. I'm going to do that attack very soon with that Liberty and get all this stuff. Looks like there are some intel points in there. I think it's just intel. That's all I'm seeing right now. So let me know your thoughts on this. How hard are you going to push? Are you going to make sure you do your war attacks with the Liberty? Or are you going to look for that Patriot Shield from the Danger Room? How hard are you going to grind on that? Hopefully you did get some value from this video, and if you did, leave it a like. Check me out on social media. Also remind you guys that on my second channel, we are giving away a PlayStation 5 for free. No purchase necessary. We're going to be doing the drawing on July 8th, so make sure you get your entries in. The link to the Gleam contest, the QR code is up there. The link is going to be down in the description as well, so check that out. I will see you guys next time, though. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out. Have a great one, guys.